Take a look at this video right here as 3 investigations are underway after ICE officers shot at a driver Homeland Security says was trying to run the ICE officers over. Fox 5 DC's Stephanie Ramirez joining us here with the latest. And Stephanie, as we mentioned, there is a lot to this situation. What do we know and what at this point don't we know?
There is still a lot of questions here. Good morning from the greater D.C. region. We are in Glen Burnie, Maryland this morning. This community here, Ten House community, is where this incident unfolded yesterday on Christmas Eve. And so right now we have 2 men in the hospital. One of them was shot by ICE. We're told that person is in stable condition. The second person injured in a crash connected to this scene. So we do have some video to show you. There's a van involved, and that van, you can see in one of the views that we had, did appear to have at least one bullet hole in the front windshield there. This all happened a little before 11 o'clock yesterday morning. There was no ICE spokesperson on scene to update reporters afterwards. So Anne Arundel County Police, they were here. They did give reporters a news conference without taking questions, but they said that according to preliminary information, ICE was working a detail in the area. Their enforcement and removal operations, or ERO officers, had located a Portuguese national in the driver's seat of a van involved. A Salvadorian national was sitting in the passenger seat, and both men were said to be in the country illegally. We're told ICE approached the van, instructed the driver to turn it off. The Department of Homeland Security claims in a social media post that the driver then began ramming his van into several ICE vehicles and then drove directly at ICE officers, who fired back, fearing for their lives. The van then crashed afterward.
I can tell you that the Anne Arundel County Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division is handling the shooting investigation. The incident involving the assault on the agents is being handled by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And finally, there's going to be an internal investigation conducted, and that is through ICE under their Office of Professional Responsibility. Those are the basic details that we have right now. Again, it's still early.
And that was an Anne Arundel County Police spokesperson there. We can tell you, talking with different neighbors in the area, a lot of folks upset for different reasons. Now, the Anne Arundel County executive did issue a statement. Not sure if you have it to show viewers there, but just to read some of it here. It says, quote, "This is exactly the kind of incident that I and my peers across the country have dreaded. We have federal law enforcement operating in our jurisdictions without the traditional notification of local police and often without identification. It is a recipe for violence, and that is what we experienced in our county today." Again, part of the statement from the Anne Arundel County executive, that is Stuart Pittman. So folks, again, upset for many different reasons here. The investigation continuing with at least 3 different investigations, as you mentioned up top, going or now happening because of this. Want to also note, very important here, Anne Arundel County Police wanted to make sure it was noted that their officers were not on scene, not a part of this, and also, thankfully, nobody else was injured in this, including the ICE officers who were on scene. Josh?
All right, Stephanie Ramirez there, Fox 5 DC, of course, continuing to cover this. Still a lot left in these investigations. Thank you again for taking the time to be here with us and breaking it down. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, Josh. Merry Christmas to you and all your viewers. I know this isn't the Christmas story you want to hear, but I hope you all have a good day.
Definitely not. Merry Christmas. And of course, we do continue to follow all of the latest on this. As Stephanie mentioned here, there was a news conference, very brief, that was held, and I do want to play out those remarks in full, only about 3 minutes in length, but take a listen right here on Live Now from Fox.
So at about 10:51 this morning, Anne Arundel officers responded to the 500 block of West Court in Glen Burnie, right here behind me, for a shooting involving ICE ERO agents. No members of the Anne Arundel County Police Department were involved in the shooting. I just want to stress that. Based on the preliminary information that we received, it indicates that ICE agents were conducting a detail. They approached a white van. That van attempted to run agents over. Then ICE agents fired at that vehicle. That vehicle accelerated, coming to rest behind me in a wooded area behind these homes. There was an individual in that vehicle that was struck by gunfire. That individual was transported to an area hospital with what is being described, he's being described as being in stable condition. There was another individual outside of that vehicle that sustained minor injuries and also went to an area hospital. Again, I understand there's going to be a lot of questions about the specifics of what transpired. Any ICE-related questions, we will defer to the ICE Public Affairs Officer. They are not on site right now, so I'm giving you the preliminary information that I have. I can tell you that the Anne Arundel County Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division is handling the shooting investigation. The incident involving the assault on the agents is being handled by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And finally, there's going to be an internal investigation conducted, and that is through ICE under their Office of Professional Responsibility. Those are the basic details that we have right now. Again, it's still early, and we're conducting the shooting investigation of the police department, the Anne Arundel County Police Department. None of our officers were involved in the shooting this morning. Before we close up, though, I do want to turn it over to Chief Howard, who has a statement that she wants to give to the community. Chief?
So essentially, I'm just providing some clarification. Hello, everyone. My name is Amal Howard. You heard Mr. Mulcahy speak to the three components of this investigation. Our criminal investigation division is handling the criminal investigation of the agent-involved shooting. You also heard him say, did you reference? Which part did you reference?
The internal investigation, that review is being conducted by ICE under their Office of Professional Responsibility.
So folks may wonder why there are three components to this thing. It's a multi-layered incident with obviously our federal partners involved, and we do work in tandem or collaboration with them in terms of conducting our role, our responsibility in a criminal investigation. This is something that is a standard practice for them, where the FBI will conduct the investigation involving any federal agent involved or assaulted. And then there will be an internal review conducted by the agency involved. And again, that is HSI. But just to reiterate, no Anne Arundel County police officers were involved in this incident, nor were they present during the incident. So thank you.
Thanks, Chief. One final thing I will add, I know many of you have my information, but for those of you that don't, it's mrd@aacounty.org. So any questions that you have, you can send that to myself or Mr. Lemansky. Again, any ICE-related questions, we want those to go to ICE's public affairs officers, their public affairs division. So,
can you only say if these two guys, they are together or not?
We're still investigating all aspects of it. That's the information we have preliminarily, that there was two individuals there that were injured. But again, our criminal investigation division is looking into everything right now. So, again, I know you guys have a lot more questions, follow-up. I'm unable to answer those right now at this time. But again, this is an active case. Again, it just happened at 10:51 this morning. We wanted to make sure the community had the basic information to start. So,
and you guys want to say anything too?
All right, so again, that was a news conference held very brief, not taking questions, but with the information that's available at this point. Again, this is an active investigation, and Homeland Security putting out this statement. Obviously, a lot to this, but they say today, talking about yesterday, ICE officers were conducting a targeted immigration enforcement operation in Maryland. Agents positively identified the driver of a van, who they say is an illegal alien from Portugal. In the passenger seat was another person, an illegal alien, they say, from El Salvador. Officers approached the vehicle and instructed one of them to turn off the engine. The driver refused and attempted to flee, then weaponized his vehicle and began ramming his van into several ICE vehicles. He then drove his van directly at ICE officers, attempting to run them over. Fearing for their lives and public safety, the ICE officers defensively fired their service weapons, striking the driver, who then wrecked his van between two buildings, injuring the passenger. Officers rendered immediate medical aid to both the driver of the vehicle and the passenger, who were transported to a local hospital for treatment. Both are considered stable and expected to recover. Thankfully, the ICE officers were not severely injured. The incident is still under investigation. Homeland Security going on to say, quote, "Our brave officers are risking their lives every day to keep American communities safe by arresting and removing illegal aliens from our streets. Continued efforts to encourage illegal aliens and violent agitators to actively resist ICE will only lead to more violent incidents. The extremist rhetoric must stop." Again, that is a statement there from Homeland Security. We also heard from Maryland Governor Wes Moore, who said, "I am aware of the ICE-involved shooting that occurred earlier today. As information surrounding the incident continues to emerge, we will remain in touch with local officials and are standing by to provide support for the community." Again, all of this information here still coming in, as we heard from Stephanie Ramirez at Fox 5 DC. This is an active investigation involving 3 different incidents here. We'll keep you posted on Live Now from Fox as we get more information.